So Kendrick Lamar seems to have dropped his album. Honestly, I don't mess with Kendrick Lamar the most. Not because I don't like his music, but mainly because I just don't listen to Kendrick Lamar. Like, we've all heard it DNA, but that's about as much as I get to with Kendrick Lamar, so I don't know what the album's called, but I thought I want to try something different. I want to check out more artists, and Kendrick Lamar is a perfect one to check out because I've heard how amazing he is. We've got United in Grief, the official audio. This has the most views out of his album, so clearly you guys watch this the most. Let's check it out.
I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime.
Tell them the truth.
I hope you find some paradise.
Is that him singing? Because if it is, his voice can get high. And then harmonizing with that baritone voice on top of that.
Them the truth.
I hope you find some paradise.
Tell them the truth. Tell them you're...
I've been going through something. 1,855 days.
Hold on. I'm going to pause that because that on itself was extremely deep. It was almost like when you're dreaming about something, everything seems so perfect, but then there's still that conscious in your head that's telling you, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is the truth. This is the truth. And that's what it seems like here, where this person's saying, like, I hope you find your peace of mind. But then there's that one person in the back of your mind saying, tell them the truth. You're lying right now, so be honest. And it's forcing their way into the forefront of the mind.
Tell them you're...
I've been going through something. 1,855 days. I've been going through something. Be afraid.
What is a bitch in a miniskirt? A man in his feelings with bitter nerve. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you better off killing her. What is a relative? Make a repetitive narratives on how you did it first. That is a predator in reverse. All of your presidents he with thirst. What is a neighborhood reputable? That is a snitch on a pedestal. What is a house with a better view? A family broken in variables. What is a rapper with jewelry? A way that I show my maturity. What if I call on security? That mean I'm calling on God for purity. I went and got me a therapist. I can debate on my theories and sharing it. Whoa.
This was nothing that I expected. When I thought of like Kendrick Lamar, I thought of this like rap god that straight out, right from the start, as soon as I press play, he would just be spitting rap. But that is nothing how this has gone. This is art. This is so creative, where he's got all these mixes in, like all these different sound effects, and like it's a story inside his music, and he's using his voice as that narrative for that, and it's amazing. It's so creative.
That is a snitch on a pedestal. What is a house with a better view? A family broken in variables. What is a rapper with jewelry? A way that I show my maturity. What if I call on security? That mean I'm calling on God for purity. I went and got me a therapist. I can debate on my theories and sharing it. Whoa. Consolidate all my comparisons. Humbling up because time was imperative. Whoa. Started to feel like it's only one answer to everything. I don't know where it is. Whoa. Popping a bottle with Claritin. Whoa. Is it my head or my arrogance? Whoa. Shaking and moving like what am I doing? I'm flipping my time through the Rolodex. Indulging myself in my life and my music. The word that I'm in is a cul-de-sac. The word that we in is just menacing. The demons portray the religionist. I wake in the morning, another appointment. I hope the psychologist listening.
I need to pause it because it's like invading my sensory right now. Like, I don't know, all these, if you've got headphones in, you can hear like the music panning from one ear to the other and hearing these like the rattle of the drums, and then he is rapping in the background, but I'm struggling to like concentrate exactly on what he's saying. I feel like I'm gonna have to listen to this song a few times to understand the depth of this song because there's so much going on. Like, my sensory like is completely full right now with all these instruments going from one ear to the other, and then him rapping in the background, and just everything is overloading.
The demons portray the religionist. I wake in the morning, another appointment. I hope the psychologist listening. The new Mercedes with black G-Wagon away from. It was all for rap. I was 28 years young, 20 mil in tax. Bought a couple of mansions, just for practice. 500 in jewelry, chain was magic. Never had it in public. Late reaction, 50K to cousins. Post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
Wow. going from like, it's going down this path, it's going down that road, it's going over there, and then it's like coming back. There's so many different sides to this song. It feels like how people make music and then they got to a point where like flow changes started becoming a thing, and like people started changing up the beats completely and add another one in, so you thought the song would finish, but then it carried on. And he's taken that and he's like multiplied it by 5. Like everything is changing all around, and I guess for him, he's really portraying his story in this. He's really like finding a way to let out everything he's feeling in this moment. It's called United in Grief, so obviously it's talking about how grief, things we experience from a loss and things like that, how that can unite people, that we all have something to relate with that, and so we do feel like we come a little bit closer when we all feel this grief. So it's a deep song, and he's really finding a creative way to lay it.
Grieve different. I grieve different. I met her on the third night in Chicago, North America tour, my eye closed. Feet 5 4 thumb, she was a model, dedicated to the songs I wrote in the Bible. Eyes like green, penetrating the moonlight, hair done in a bun, energy in the room like Big Bang for theory. God, hoping you hear me. Phone out the ring to tell the world I'm busy. Fair enough. Green eyes said her mother didn't care enough. Sympathize when her daddy in the chain gang. Her first brother got killed, he was 21. I was 9 when they put Lamont in the grave. Heartbroken when I still didn't say goodbye. Chad left his body after we FaceTimed. Green eyes said you be okay. First tour sex the pain away. I grieve different.
That on its own is heartbreaking. The fact that he says, I was 9 years old when this boy died, this friend of mine died, my brother died, and I had to watch him go into the ground, and it was honestly the worst thing that I could experience. And you sit there, and like for me, I've never been to a funeral, and I know in that case I am one of the lucky ones in a way, because so many people out there have experienced death from a very, very, very young age, and that's like, for some people, that's all they've experienced. And so when I hear about Kendrick talking about how he was 9 years old when his brother died, I couldn't imagine anything worse, because for me that sounds absolutely devastating. It sounds heartbreaking, but people go through that. And then he says, and I grieve different, how everyone has a different ways of grieving. Everyone controls their emotions in a different way. For some people, they might like laugh at a funeral, but not because they find enjoyment in it, but because they don't know what other way to cope with it. Or someone might crack jokes because that's the only way they can cope in that situation, by making light.
FaceTime, green eyes said you be okay. First tour sex the pain away. I grieve different. I grieve different. The new Mercedes with black G-Wagon away from. It was all from rap. I was 28 years young, 20 mil in tax. Bought a couple of mansions, just for practice. 500 in jewelry, chain was magic. Never had it in public. Late reaction, 50K to cousins. Post a caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. So what? Paralyzed the county building controlled us. I bought a Rolex watch, I only wore it once. I bought infinity pools I never swam in. I watched King by 4 cars in 4 months. You know the family dynamics on repeat. The insecurities locked down on PC. I bought a 223, nobody peace treat. You won't do me, I smell TNT.
The music is beautiful for me. I absolutely adore it. I've said so many times, like when I listen to all these like melodic raps, how much I love when they bring real instruments into their music. And like Rod Wave will bring like real music into his music. Real instruments into his music, and I love it because I'm like, that link of different genres, adding them together, changing up and evolving the genre that you're in is absolutely, it's amazing. And this is a whole new level of that. Kendrick Lamar has taken classic and mixed it into his rap, into his hip hop, and it's beautiful. And that's what I mean about his creativity. He's really going above and beyond with the music that he's creating that a lot of artists out there can't do. Like, who do we know that can sit here and rap and rap and rap and rap over a violin? Do you know what I mean? Like, over a violin and like some drums here and there. None of it doesn't sound like it's made from a computer. It doesn't sound like he's rapping over a standard beat.
locked down on PC. I bought a 223, nobody peace treat. You won't do me, I smell TNT. Dave got him a Porsche, so I got me a Porsche. Paid lottery for it, I ain't wanted in portions. Poverty was the case, but the money wiping the tears away. I grieve different.
Everybody grieves different.
He said that they had a Porsche, so I got a Porsche. And honestly, money don't wipe my tears away. It's not making me happy, the fact that I've sat here with this Porsche now just because they've had it, but I grieve different. And that's the thing. People think that money. It's a very like cliche phrase that money doesn't buy happiness, and that so many people are gonna argue that maybe you'd rather cry in a Ferrari than cry in a Nissan Micra or whatever that phrase is. But I don't know. People see things in different ways, and he says that I had the money and he had a Porsche, so I decided to get a Porsche, but it didn't mean I was happy. I just had a Porsche.
Wiping the tears away, I grieve different.
Everybody grieves different. Everybody grieves different.
I grieve different. Huh.
Oh, I've got goosebumps. Actually a proper melody to this song. He was just rapping whatever flow that came to him, and the music was just there. The music was just swaying him away with it, and he's really, and then right at the end, I'm sorry, I'm pausing now because the battery's showing up, but right at the end he shows this actual little melody at the end, and I think it's a perfect way to finish it off because I feel it a lot more. I feel this melody now and I've got goosebumps from it. It's a bit of a different melody. There's no actual terms of like repetitiveness or anything to it, but it's a melody and we love a melody. My battery is going to die, so if you like this reaction, please whack that thumbs up button. If you liked my videos and you want to see more of my videos, please check out my Patreon. The link's in the description below. It would honestly mean the world. Bye.
Close names, blue light as he speed past the stop sign. Now his mom because she wrong and she's so right. So they say